Hey yo, what is going on everybody? Depraved Slasher here, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved?
Yes, we are. Now, I just laughed. She asked why. I told her she'd see. The song is called The Dream Tapes. And I'm reading this and going, that does not say The Dream Tapes. And I'm looking over it, making sure I'm not going crazy. So it's the Sistine Chapel. Which I'm guessing is the name of the album.
Right.
But I could have swore it was supposed to be the name of the song. So I'm sitting here laughing to myself as I realized what the fuck I was doing. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't be listening to a King Crooked song.
Right now.
But we're going to.
We're going to anyway.
So, the last time I listened to a King Crooked song was last week or the week before. I had mentioned I should probably start going down at least somewhat of a King Crooked avenue, because he's definitely the style of hip-hop that I like.
Right.
Very double, triple entendre heavy, meanings behind meanings, hidden behind meanings.
I don't know if I've had enough coffee.
Very Eminem-esque.
Right.
As a matter of fact, M says there are two hip-hop artists that he has a hard time writing with when he's going to have them on a track, and that is Royce and Crooked. Now, with that being said, because he gets intimidated by him.
Oh. Well, it's good to have competition.
Right. And the best thing is his best competition are also his friends.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
By the way, Crook, if you happen to watch this, dude, I am still really hoping that you and M manage to put together some sort of comp album. That'd be amazing. Now, this was really the most requested King Crooked song.
Okay.
Out of the ones. It was a tie between this and Beef. So next time we do a Crooked song, it might be Beef, depending on what is requested in this song, obviously. Somebody said we should check this out. This is The Dream Tapes. Apparently, Crook wrote this after waking up from a dream.
Okay. We were just discussing our crazy dreams.
Yes.
Like, just discussing.
And she didn't even know the name of the song yet.
Mm-mm.
Fun times.
Coincidence?
So I'm definitely looking forward to whatever this is going to be.
Okay, let's do it.
I hear it's dope, though.
All right.
Guys, if you've never watched me try and break down bars, there will probably be a lot of pauses here. I will try my damnedest for us to not make it past 40 minutes.
For a 3-minute song? Yeah.
We'll see.
It's going to be hard. All right.
Well, we're going to have to. My ride gets here in 35 minutes. So, we're kind of on a time limit.
We work well with time limits.
Right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, King Crooked, The Dream Tapes. Let's go, baby. Oh yeah, we're going to slash up, break it down. That's a tagline that I keep forgetting to use. Let's go.
All right.
Can we also say
What's that dream kind of?
Right. I'm also really enjoying it looks like an old school caddy. I don't know, I'm not a car guy. But the old school car sitting at the bottom of the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe Chevy.
I'm a giant born from angels who slept with daughters of men. I'm the Alpha and Omega. My story started to end. The sun darkened.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm the Alpha to Omega.
My stories start at the end.
All right, Crook. All right, so that's where we're going with this.
Who slept with daughters of men. I'm the Alpha and Omega. My story started to end. The sun darkened my skin. I barter with desert martyrs. You want royal writing? Just give this King Arthur the pen. I draw like a harper.
Ooh, you wanted royal writing? Give this King Arthur a pen. King Arthur was a king.
Well, legendary, mythological.
Right.
Yeah.
But King Arthur, as a writer, give the author a pen. Doubles. I love them. I feed off that shit.
With desert martyrs, you want royal writing? Just give this King Arthur the pen. I draw like a art professor. I'm smart as a Harvard lecture. Let your heart connect you to the art. I bet you the architecture. Give all your artists a lesson on bars. I won't charge it.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure I just missed something.
Story started to end. The sun darkened my skin. I barter with desert martyrs. You want royal writing? Just give this King Arthur the pen. I draw like an art professor. I'm smart as a Harvard lecture. Let your heart connect you to the art. I bet you the architecture. Give all your artists a lesson on bars. I won't charge you extra. Cause I construct it simple to be a cultural symbol.
The architecture scheme he was going with there. Because he's talking about laying out the plans for them to succeed as hip-hop artists. And he's like, I won't even charge you for it.
Right.
Ah, dude. I really like King Crooked.
I can tell.
It's a lesson on bars, I won't charge you extra. Cause I construct it simple to be a cultural symbol. I'm from a different civilization with different information. My wisdom isn't Mason, it's ancient. This is a dissertation of spiritual.
The Masons, and goes
Ancient.
back to the architecture bars, actually, because the Masons were known for their construction work. And
If I was to be a hip-hop artist, this is how I would want to write. I just don't think my mind would let me do it.
maybe if you did horror scheme type shit. I mean, like,
I was going to say horror-wise, I could probably write some horror, but I don't know. It's...
I don't know. Our brain works on so many different tangents that I don't know how many people would actually follow how connections were made.
Probably not.
At least in a 3-minute song.
Cause I construct it simple to be a cultural symbol. I'm from a different civilization with different information. My wisdom isn't Mason, it's ancient. This is a dissertation on spiritual visitation from biblical angels that help you face difficult situations. In my dreams, I seen holy men.
So he just kind of looped back to the beginning with his whole biblical and angels he had started with the angels and giants. And he keeps talking about, like, he's smarter than the Harvard lecture. And then he just talked about dissertation. I mean, he's connecting all these dots further.
Which
further
in
back.
and of itself is a bar. If you
That's
think about the
amazing.
beginning, he even mentioned being the start. He starts at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
tying everything together.
I'm enjoying it.
From biblical angels that help you face difficult situations. In my dreams, I seen holy men. 3 Ethiopian theologians told me they can make my soul whole again. Honestly, I didn't want to go with them. Feeling like Odysseus in the Odyssey. Never thought I'd see home again.
And Homer wrote
it.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about theologians and holy men ties into the whole spiritual aspect of
The more I listen to Crooked or Royce, the more I realize why Eminem feels challenged when he's writing a
Right.
song with them, to be
Right.
on with them. Because Em even said in his interview with Crook, he's like, when he's on a song with them, he has to write. He's like, I have to come with my best.
Yeah.
Because they're going to come with their best, and I'm not going to be overshadowed.
right.
Um,
Which is great. Obviously, they're very smart.
right.
They know a lot of different things because, you know.
Well, and I think that's a lot of the problems with hip-hop today. It's not smart.
Right. These guys are very educated.
You could definitely tell these guys are definitely educated. Now, obviously, most of them either dropped out of school or didn't really pursue that, but they still went on
They
to
did their own.
They looked
they-
into shit on their own, learned about things. But yeah, these 3 guys, like,
I enjoy it. Makes you think. And that's what I like in my hip hop, at least.
Didn't want to go with them. Feeling like Odysseus in the Odyssey. Never thought I'd see home again. Just then I woke up physically and mentally. Knew I'd never be the same lyrically in this industry. Thoughts of my reincarnation intercept my mind. It's like waking up in a buried tomb. Imhotep design just to walk living.
Emotep.
Egyptian.
Just as long as he doesn't come back as a mummy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially in 2020. Please don't do that.
But we could stop him. Barely an inconvenience. No.
I don't know. I'm thinking with murder wasps.
Yeah. Look, we're now,
Script
aside
rant
from Corona,
is where that
weird, out of the blue celebrity deaths, killer bees. And,
These are wasps.
Oh, yeah. Murder wasps
are
now in America.
Angry little fuckers anyway.
King, Crook, we're going to need you to not mummify yourself.
And
So,
out of all the mummies, Imhotep is the one he went with. That is the one that starred in The Mummy.
I know there could be some bars there about being a mummy and this being a rap. Because mummy rap. There could be a bar there. But no. Stop it.
No.
But I did like the coming back from the dead thing, though.
I did.
Playing in with
Resurrection and
Imhotep.
reincarnation and yeah.
Set my mind, it's like waking up in a buried tomb. Imhotep designed just to walk amongst the living again. Spitting shit they'll never comprehend. We making intellects resign. Nah, y'all can't rap like me. You're too popular, I'm too real. You might lose your shoe deal. Your vision's too ocular. I'm looking through the third eye. Writing all of the banned books in the Bible. Call them the two apocryphas. Who's stopping the...
Ooh! The two apocryphas. So the Apocrypha, for those of you that don't know, were a series of books that were put together in their own thing that were supposedly left out of the Bible originally. Which, if I remember correctly, the Apocrypha is a lot of stories consisting around Jesus' actual life.
Right.
During I think there's like a 15 to 20 year span that's not recorded at all in the Bible of Jesus' life. It's like he went from being born to like walking through the desert.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love how the play on words there, the Tupocrypha, because Tupac being legendary in the hip hop game.
Right. And that they're ocular, but he's seeing through his third eye. The shoe deal, lose your shoe deal because they're doing it for my brain just stalled. Yeah. Not enough coffee. I warned you at the beginning. For the deals versus for the love of the intellectual bars, which is something he mentioned.
Third eye, writing all of the banned books in the Bible, call them the two apocryphas. Who's stopping us? Not the Council of Nicaea. Constantine better bounce when I pounce on his ideas.
The Council of Nicaea is actually the council that decided what books were going in the Bible in the first place.
And then I love how he turned around and said, Constantine better bounce.
Right. Because he was the emperor that had the Council at Nicaea. Yeah, I mean, nice.
Love the history lesson that, honestly, I don't think too many people were going to understand when they listen to this song.
But I love it.
Right.
Obviously, we knew about it. But I like that he started with mythological stuff, because the giants were considered in the demigod kind of race, and he's talking about sleeping with the daughters of man, and the angels and so on and so forth.
Well, it seems a lot of this is going through the different religions too, because he's touched on Greek and Roman. He's now talking about Christian beliefs.
Well, I mean, I guess the angels and everything that he talked about before could have been any of the above in terms of.
He's also touched on Egyptian lore.
Right.
So, dude is well versed in.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Third eye, writing all of the banned books in the Bible, call them the two apocryphas. Who's stopping us? Not the Council of Nicaea. Constantine better bounce when I pounce on his ideas. Anybody come for beef, take a seat, but that seat could be where you sleep. Remember them pull-out couches from IKEA?
Okay. He's like, take a seat. Any seat can be where you sleep, because they actually did have pull-out couches, which my mom has one.
I had one.
Or she used to have one.
Long time ago.
But yeah, the old pull-out couches where you pull the.
They were so uncomfortable.
They were the worst.
Springs.
That was a bar. I liked it.
For beef, take a seat, but that seat could be where you sleep. Remember them pull-out couches from IKEA? Can't believe these labels is signing all of these slouches. Take your own fucking foot out mouth, cause I hear mumbling. I'm fumbling through the pages of a religious book, only getting better than the second hand on my header. When the letter's cut and so like leather, that's a prestigious.
Hold on.
It's from IKEA. Can't believe these labels is signing all of these slouches. Take your own fucking foot out mouth, cause I hear mumbling. I'm fumbling through the pages of a religious book, only getting better than the second hand on my header. When
Only getting better than the second hand I'm ahead of.
Is he reading secondhand books?
The Bible is secondhand.
It is. It's all hearsay.
It's because, again, they picked what went into the Bible. So we're getting secondhand information based off of...
Right.
I like it.
fumbling through the
Going after mumble rappers.
Right.
pages of a religious book, only getting better than the second hand on my header. When the letter's cut and so like leather, that's a prestigious look. Verbal garment.
That's a... It's a play on words, because prestigious look,
Right.
but prestigious look because the leather sewing.
Right.
Okay.
The second hand on my header. When the letter's cut and so like leather, that's a prestigious look. Verbal garments draped on the shoulders of compositions like models in top positions, so competition is getting shook. All them
Like models and tops. Dude, I love his fucking wordplay.
on the shoulders of compositions like models in top positions, so competition is getting shook. All them cowards died 1,000 times on my spear. Got the chakra Shaka Zulu. And
And there's the African.
Yeah, Chakra Zulu was known for their spear work. And yeah, we're starting in.
Okay.
all them cowards died 1,000 times on my spear. Got the chakra Shaka Zulu and the calmness of the Dalai Lama guru, so I could just sock it to you. The son of God brought to the projects, rocking the ankh like the clerical collar of the Holy Father Bishop Tutu.
He just mixed every fucking
Everything.
religion together.
Everything. All.
For those of you that don't know, an ankh is the Egyptian cross.
With the loop at the
It's
top.
got the loop at the top.
Yeah.
I always called it an anka. For
Oh,
whatever
well, because it's
fucking
got the
reason.
H then. I can see where it would be. But yeah.
I was
Ankh.
actually really big in the Egyptian culture for about a year of my life. Really enjoyed reading into it.
I really enjoy reading into it. I don't know that I would wear one or anything, but yeah. I enjoy reading about most of the kind of ancient religious.
Oh, religious
Cultures.
studies are fun if you really get
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
And you can really find out how fucked up some religions really were,
They're great.
which is what makes them great.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the Norse and Roman
I enjoy
gods.
the Greeks too. Greek
yeah,
mythology.
Greek, Norse and Roman are the same thing, aren't they?
No.
Or no, Greek is Roman.
Greek transferred into Roman, but they changed stuff.
Just
like every other civilization
Right.
takes over.
Well, they're so mirrored off of each other too.
Mm-hmm.
But how fucked up both Zeus and Odin were as
Mm-hmm.
gods.
Yeah, the Norse is the Viking. I mean,
they're just-
all of them. But he mentioned the Dalai Lama, Third Eye. So obviously he's going into some of the Hindi. So it's
I brought to the projects, rocking the ankh like the clerical collar of the Holy Father Bishop Tutu. I ink the poetry in red blood. I write it for dead thugs, recite it on prayer rugs, bended knee. I look at it.
That's
prayer
a,
rugs.
That's a
Islamic.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
sitting here. I'm going Allah, but I don't remember what the fuck. But yeah, prayer rugs and bow down and do whatever it is they do.
But I like he's inking the poetry in blood.
Right.
Red blood, I write it for dead thugs, recite it on prayer rugs, bended knee. I looked at ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. I stare at the pictures of pharaohs like a mirror because it's really me. 40 elixir right inside the chalice. My mind is a castle, so even in a county.
The elixir in the chalice, Arthurian legend of the Holy Grail,
Right.
which would be immortality, probably the elixir he's talking about,
Right.
because he's writing and his music will stay.
It's really me. 40 elixir right inside the chalice. My mind is a castle, so even in a county jail, I was inside a palace. Invisible reality, space and time, matter, energy. Through metaphysics, I'm trying to find a balance. I'm trying to find.
He just went into metaphysics, space and time. Nice. Okay.
Space.
Which isn't really a religion.
No, well, I mean, it can be.
It's the
mixed
absence
with
of it, really.
Metaphysics, though. I mean, like, it could be mixed with it, depending on, you know, what you're talking about.
Right.
Time, matter, energy. Through metaphysics, I'm trying to find a balance. I'm trying to find a challenger. Gotta look outside of the box.
Trying to find a challenger.
The Challenger is obviously a space shuttle.
Right.
Wasn't the Challenger the one that exploded?
Yeah.
Dude, if you're trying to find it, there's pieces over there. That's the dark humor side of me. I do apologize for anyone that upsets.
I don't.
Not really.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
That was, but I like that he said he's trying to find a balance.
Right.
Between probably the scientific and spiritual. And
then I also love really what the challenge thing was about. I mean, yes, it is a double, but his reference is he's trying to just find a challenge. Like, it's bars, man.
The physics, I'm trying to find a balance. I'm trying to find a challenger. Gotta look outside of the box of so-called lyrical writers. Y'all just don't inspire my higher talents. What you create is dated. You should go and try to find a calendar. I feel like I'm rapping with some amateurs.
Ooh, and now he's taking a shot at other lyrical rappers that just aren't cutting it.
Right. Educate yourselves.
Logic. Sorry. No, I actually like Logic. But he's definitely on the lower end of lyrical. Because here's the problem, and this is something, again, that I have noticed that really, in my mind right now, and now there are others. I put Crook and M and Royce on that highest pedestal. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there are others like Lupe, Kendrick, Big Sean. And several other lyrical rappers that are kind of on that rung down, that are almost just as good as these guys,
right?
But just don't quite hit that pedestal yet.
Almost.
Lupe probably being the closest in terms of lyrical ability of piecing things together and making you go, well, goddamn. Like much of this song has done.
Well, goddamn.
Creators dated, you should go and try to find a calendar. I feel like I'm rapping with some amateurs. I'm hard with the bars, but if lyricism isn't in your cards, disregard. My conversation shift the constellation. God knew I was serious, so he put me in charge of the stars.
Constellations, stars. I mean, and he was talking about days and calendars and
right,
days.
Which is an astrological setup as well. So.
Yep.
Shift the constellation. God knew I was serious, so he put me in charge of the stars.
To think he wrote this after a dream.
Right. Well, and then the Challenger obviously took us to space, which is what transferred into the whole.
Which astrology is kind of its own weird religion thing.
Can be, but is mixed with a lot of.
Well, it almost seems like every major civilization / religion has their own astrological mapping.
Yep.
Because, I mean, they're all in different places of the world too.
Same as a higher being. Yep.
That was a really good fucking song.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Like I said, we're definitely gonna have to go through some more King Crooked. So definitely tell me what you guys want to see more from him. Like I said, I feel like a lot of channels base their channel around Eminem.
Right.
I can't do that. I've already heard everything.
Right.
He's my favorite artist of all time.
Right.
So I guess I kind of got to rock with the King Crookeds and the Royces.
You got to kind
of. But the Royces in terms of the stuff, like, okay, so like King
Hearing
Crooked.
new stuff that you can actually react to.
So like King Crooked and Royce are two artists I have a lot of respect for. I just haven't listened to a lot of them.
Right.
A lot of that stems from the several year period I basically took off from hip hop. I don't even remember necessarily why I didn't listen to much hip hop. I think it was like right at the start of when mumble rap started becoming a thing.
And
like when Future became big. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying Future himself, but him and Wayne kind of led this insurgence of people coming in with the auto tunes
Right.
and the mumbling, and I just
Right. Throw your hands up.
Wayne's one of my top 3 favorite artists
Right.
all time, but I also blame him for the
Right.
shit we get on the radio
Well.
today.
He's to blame.
Him and Soulja Boy. I blame Soulja Boy for everything.
That's yeah. I can see that.
I'm having a bad day. A lot of you guys say blame
Everything.
Obama. I blame Soulja Boy. But no, I really love this song. And like I said, there's a lot of... Now remember, before... the last time I really listened to Crook was when he was Crooked Eye.
Yeah. He does like to change his name.
Long ago.
Yeah.
P. Diddy still hasn't beaten name changes.
Right.
Puffy Combs, and then now I'm Puff
Yeah,
Daddy. Now I'm P.
yeah.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying.
But no, great song, Crook, man.
That was awesome.
Really enjoyed listening to it. And that is going to wrap up this reaction. Almost just in time.
Okay.
If you guys liked the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of King Crooked, The Dream Tapes?
And what we should listen to next.
Yes. Also, be sure to comment down below if there's anything else you guys would like to see us react to. Check the description below for the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, BitChute, as well as the original link to this video. You're also going to find links to the bar, Discord, as well as the YouTube page. That's where you can come find us, come hang out, come chat
That's
with
where
us.
you'll find me. Because I'm not on your Instagram or Twitter. Or I'm not on Twitter.
I'm not saying join my Discord. My Discord's pretty much dead. Join the bar.
Right.
Honestly, like
There's more to see.
there's more
Yeah.
people there quite often.
All right.
Yeah, that is gonna do it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see depraved people later. Toodles.
Bye-bye.